Do you screen them first?
For the most part, I do. But some of them are still sound impossible, and they're not impossible as far as I'm concerned.
Then it's good attitude. Yeah. What I've taken to do, and it depends, okay? But what I try to do is, okay, I want to rent something. Okay, great. How's your credit? Do you have dogs? Do you smoke? Yes, I have 8 dogs and 3 cats, and my husband and I both smoke in the house. I once wrote a blog entitled, "If you have more pets than kids, you probably can't rent a home." And it's true. But what I've taken to doing is I email a lease application. Say, fill it out. Call me when it's ready, and I'll give you a fax number, or you can scan it back to me. If I don't hear from them, I'm sorry. Because of course, it's a $2,000 rental. And I may chase them a little bit more. But if it's that $750 rental, yeah, show me something first. Because rentals, I mean, we can all, and don't get me wrong, I made money off of rentals, and I've sold rentals homes later on. The percentage is lower than buyers. So, is there anything special you do to connect with them, to get them?
I can't give away my secrets.
Yeah, you can. That's what KW is about. Sharing and teaching.
I understand that, but
Okay.
I can say the connection is important to find out a little bit about them. And let me just say this much, that an owner of a home reading an application doesn't show any type of personality or character. Can I leave it at that?
Yeah.
Okay, so my clients will show more than what's on the application,
That's right.
depending on the situation.
And I'll tell you what, you can do that with buyers too. There's a property on Bluebell, Bluebell subdivision off at FM 830. Waterfront property last year, listed for $400,000. Was owned by a former NBA basketball player who retired at the ripe old age of 32 after he won one world championship with the LA Lakers as a backup center, played for the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. My clients are just the opposite. 80 years old, buying a second home on the lake. There was 2 bids on the property. Of course, what did Candace Joyner do? Same thing I would. Highest and best. Okay? So here we are. My clients want to go look at the house again. I'm like, okay, short notice. But I called centralized showing. Yeah, go ahead. Well, here is this NBA basketball player who's like almost 7 foot tall. And he had this rather buxom girlfriend who I'd already met once, who he probably met in a strip joint, I swear. But he had a hot tub in the back. So here we are, walking around the back of the property. And here they are in the hot tub. True story. No. But you know what? Here's my 80-year-old guy walking up to the hot tub, shaking his hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Our bid was not the highest, but because of the personality, having met him, we got the house. Weird things happen. So what Maria's saying is, yeah, sometimes a buyer or renter personality, how you attempt to portray it and everything, can work wonders. I mean, I'm having a heart attack. Because here's 2, I presume, and I didn't walk close enough to see naked people in the hot tub. And here's my 80-year-old buyer. My heart's like, oh crap, they didn't teach me this in real estate school.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that is unbelievable. But we got the house. But they made a connection. That's what I was talking about, that's what Maria's talking about. Your buyers, your renters, they have personalities. You gotta find them, you gotta submit with them. You can't be shy in property risk. You gotta be bold. Judge their personality. You can make a fortune on the property desk, you really can. There's a couple, Dick and Jeannie Greenberg, who were here when I was here, or when I first got here, and they have since retired. All they did was property risk. $3 million a year, every year. And all they did was property risk. That was before the crunch, okay? So it's changed a little bit. But when it comes back, they were making $100 grand a year off of property risk.
And if some people don't like property desks, then why are they on it? Or if they're not gonna, their appearance isn't gonna be what it should be, or they complain because they're $700 leases, then why are they still on property desks?
It's gonna give more time to us that wanna be on there. More days.
Speechless.
If I could answer that question, I'd become a psychologist or a
That's what the
psychiatrist.
class should really be about, and I think that's what needs to be addressed. If you feel it's not productive, then why are you
Then
there?
start a class like that. That's great. We'll let you teach.
You know, I mean, this is.
I'm not here to tell you why not to do something.
Or to monopolize it. Okay, you got both. You got people that complain, and then you got
Sure.
people monopolizing, or I don't want to do leases, so then where are those leases going? Okay, so I get a lease, I don't want it, who's it going to?
I can't, we can't, as a company, control an individual's behavior. We can set an example.
We have guidelines.
We have guidelines, certainly. Did you read the book that just came out?
Yeah, well, some of it.
Okay. Did you read the property desk portion in there? Okay.
That doesn't, I mean,
we can't be a police force.
and you
We're
shouldn't
not a
be.
dictatorial organization.
Well, we're adults, and so.
Agreed. But we have all sorts of adults in the world
Right.
because of our business model, our beliefs. And then-
When
That's true. Okay.
is not a monopoly.
But at the same, agree. But at the same time, we can set the rules. We can start enforcing them. And we can hope that people change by setting the example. We can't be dictatorial,
Right.
at least my belief.
I
How we
understand
do that.
Oh, I get that. I
So
do.
there's always, here's my personal belief about the world. Anybody ever taken the, geez, what's it called? There's a personality profile, the Minnesota,
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about, yeah.
it's like 560 questions.
Crazy, yeah.
Okay? And after my last divorce, I decided I wanted to improve. So I said, okay, I'm going to go to counseling. I'm going to be brave. I want to change. I want to get better. So the first thing my counselor, therapist, whatever you want to call them, did was make me take this personality test. Oh my God. It takes 3 hours to answer 560 questions. And it's the same question repeated 3 times. I mean, if you got any brains at all, you're going to figure it out. Okay? So then they send it off to wherever, and it gives you this, 100-page personality summary. And it gives you these ranges. my counselor said to me, he said, well, according to this, your range is here. You know, and this is normal. You're outside normal. Oh my God, I'm not normal. Okay. He said, but I don't believe that. He said, here's what I believe, and I have come to believe it. There's 100% of the people in the world. 80% of them are normal, average, whatever you want to call it. There's 10% very, very good, and there's 10% very, very bad. And he told me that you can never, ever do anything about that 10%. And it's not worth worrying about it. We're going to have 10% bad agents. Period. The end. It's like life. Can't do anything about it. Don't worry about it. It's a waste of time, thought, and energy. So of the 30, 40, 50 agents, however many agents do property time over the course of a 6-month period or a year period, there's going to be 10% who are going to moan, complain, not do what they're asked.
Yeah, but this is what's happening in property desk. You see, the other day I was there in the front office, in the front desk, talking to Jessica. And one of the agents got a call for a $750 house or something like that in Huntsville, or $600 house. She said, okay, I'm gonna call, I'm gonna find out for you, I'm gonna call you back. She's like, do you want it? And I'm like, well, I cannot work on it right now, so, you might as well do what you told them that you were going to do, find out and call them. Oh, no, I'm not gonna work on that, so they never called them back. What do you think that person's going to do? Are they going to call Keller Williams again? No. Even if they win the lottery the next day and have the money to buy a $7 million house, they're not gonna call you.
This is exactly true.
So basically, those people are not just affecting what people think about them, it's affecting what people think about Keller Williams as
Right.
a company.
I've had
Agreed.
somebody
So
hang
it
up on me
affects
before.
all of
Agreed.
us.
I've had people hang up.
Okay?
Oh no, I've been passed down from this one to this one and now you, now I'm done. We have to
Okay.
get to the-
For a rental or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened is the first agent didn't want to deal with it, passed it to the second agent. That second agent didn't want to deal with it, and then it was brought to me, then by the time I called them, they're like, forget it. She blew me off, you blew, now you're gonna, and I'm like, no, I'm here to help you. Well, she's already, never mind, boom, gone. We have to go.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. And here's why. I pretty much don't do anything for less than $1,000.
But then,
$750 rental, I'll give away.
but make sure that that other person's gonna
Follows
work
up.
it. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't take it.
I
and
can't
then they said,
control
well,
what they're
then I'm
gonna
not
do.
anything
I
about
can't
it.
control what they're gonna do.
You can control what you're telling them on the phone by
Most
saying,
certainly.
right,
Yeah,
not
I'm
a
gonna have
problem, I'm gonna
another
have.
agent call you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But see,
That's right.
that's not what's happening, so that's what I'm saying, but we
Yeah.
have to go, we gotta go look at this house.
And one time I got a call for one house in Huntsville, it was like a $450 house, it was like student, room or whatever. What I told them is, cause I didn't wanna go to Huntsville, first of all, it was on a Supra, I don't have their Supra. So I told them, okay, this is the listing agent and this is their phone number, call them, they will be able to show it to you. If the listing agent doesn't show it, then at least I gave them the information that they needed to get,
Or give them a
If
phone
it's
call.
Huntsville, call Frank.
Yes.
Call Frank up
That's
in
what I
Huntsville.
Exactly,
Okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
You know, I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure that it's controlled.
it's not.
It's not. I mean, what people should do is, companies have quality control systems where they could have someone call the office during property time and check on quality, cause.
And
see-
those companies have employees,
Mhm.
okay? There are certain legal guidelines. Because real estate agents are independent contractors. The broker cannot tell you
Right.
what to do. So quality control becomes
They are
an issue.
sponsoring your
But my
license.
question to you is, and I understand what you're saying,
Mhm.
I agree with you. But don't focus on it.
No,
Worry about your own stuff.
I
We
do my
can't go
stuff,
forward.
you know.
It's impossible.
If they're part of the 10%, I'm not gonna be able to change it.
Mhm.
Andrew can't change it. Ruth can't change it. Let's focus on the 90%.
Mhm.
And we do, that's
are
why
good.
we
Yeah.
work hard, and
Yeah.
we know, we get through that. But it's still a reflection on myself and everybody else in here and every new agent that comes in the door.
Sure.
Imagine you go to a listing appointment and they tell you, oh, 2 years ago
And
I
your
called
neighbor-
them, they never called me
Yeah.
back.
And your neighbor buys a lemon from General Motors, it's the same thing. But we're gonna survive. We are still #1 in the area. You can succeed here, I believe, far better than you can succeed anywhere else.
Mhm.
I can't control the 10%. Andrew can't, Ruth can't. It just can't be done. Accept it. And it's tough. I had to accept bad Marines in the Marine Corps. When I had my company, I had bad employees. Could I fire them? Yeah. But then my unemployment tax is gonna go up. I'm gonna pay them workers' compensation. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
And if you know you're not gonna do property desk ever, then,
But we
Well,
can't
yes.
control their
well,
mindset.
but you can call, you know, there could be a rule saying, if you know you're not gonna do it, call Jessica, they can take you off the list, even if you have all the
We
requirements
can't-
to do it.
But we can't control, I don't know their mindset. They're hoping for the $3 million call. I can't control that
If they don't
mindset.
show up, you're not gonna get it.
I can't control that mindset. We have to offer
Those are gonna be.
Everybody
Those are gonna be
an
the ones
equal
that
shot at property based on this criteria.
Mhm.
2 classes, 2 tours, 2 meetings. If I sat here and said, I'm sorry, you don't answer the phone right,
Oh, no,
you
that's.
can't be on property, you dress wrong, you can't be on property, we're gonna get sued.
Mhm.
We will get sued.
No, you gotta take care of yourself, and you gotta do what you do best, period.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah.
Can't focus on the 10%. All right, go show the house,
I know,
get
we
the
gotta
sale.
go, yeah.
Is it a sale or a lease?
It's actually a preview.
That's good, go preview, you should do that too.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ron, good class.
Any questions?
No, thank you.
It's
Very-
attitude. Do you
It
sit
is
property?
attitude.
Have you been sitting on property desk?
I've sat once, and I got a $600 call from
There
a
you go.
rental in Huntsville.
Well, but it's a start, you know?
Hopefully I'm not gonna listen, but we're talking about.
No.
To
You
start.
gotta believe, I always go thinking I'm gonna, I mean, yesterday I got a great buyer.
We all do leases.
230,000, so I'm like, yes, thank you, Lord. But I go there and I'm always thinking I'm gonna get something and I do, always. It's all I do in my business too.
That's right.
I don't do anything else, but
I always believe I'm gonna get something.
and I always do.
I take 3 lead sheets with me. I have sheets I fill out, name, email, what they want, all that sort of stuff, okay? I take 3 of those with me every time I sit on property desk. Yeah, you gotta believe.
It does, and you will. You'll get those calls. It's fun.
Thanks, Ron.
All right, have a great day.
Will you turn this in for us?
Yes, I will turn that in.
Thank you.